Hey guys, Pretty Kitty Gaming here. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. It's been a while since I played it, but I did go in and make sure that it loaded up my save, which it did. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and go in. Sweet. Who should I show my poem to next? Okay, so I showed it to Natsuki already. Let's show it to our friend Sayori. Oh god, I have to remember their voices. I know she was a Japanese British lady. This is a good poem, Bailey. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I forgot that I was a dude. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Bailey. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Ash, what are you doing? My cat's just over there messing with my bulletin board. That will be my way of thanking you. Oh, alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. I already forgot what it was. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that, said me. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. Good poem, Sayori. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? What? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. And don't be mean. I'll still try my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Huh, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the bestest poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's do Monica. Oh god, what was her voice? Hi, Bailey! That wasn't it. Having a good time so far? Maybe it was. I don't know. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. I'm that same way though, like honestly, I am that same way. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. That's that thing that I didn't like. Don't worry, Bailey. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Bailey. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So, take that as a compliment. Okay. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Huh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. I think I have, actually, like me. I'm pretty sure I've read Shel Silverstein. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So, you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So, I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay! I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else's might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Except my guy does want to impress them. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? I guess, I mean... Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction? The spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Wow. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had kind of a... I know how to say this word. Epiphany recently. I've never seen the word spelled out, but I knew what it was. It's been influencing my poems for a bit now. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I missed the text. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Monica. Last but not least, we are going to Miss Yuri. I know her. She was shy, so she's gonna have a soft voice that's kind of low and like this. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's something you can be blamed for. Oh, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, but though... Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. Oh. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? Oh, you can't go up there. Nope. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Okay, bye. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Bailey. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to as a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. I did. That's impressive. Is it about you, Yuri? You feel like a ghost? Do you feel like you've only got comfort in like certain things, and those things are fading away, so therefore your comfort, like a ghost, is fading away? It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyes furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What? She had like a kind of like voice. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute?
Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I were looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Bailey did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly interesting, inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Bailey liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh,
The music stopped.
I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Bailey appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Bailey started showing up.
Okay. Natsuki! Natsuki? That's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they've just noticed I was standing there. Bailey. She's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Bailey.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Bailey?
Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... Shoot! Oh no! I have to pick Natsuki or Yuri, or I can get Sayori to come in. If I ask for Sayori's help, then both of them are gonna be angry with me. If I agree with Natsuki, God! If I agree with Natsuki, then Yuri's gonna be mad at me. If I agree with Yuri, then Natsuki's gonna be mad at me. I don't know what to pick! Okay, okay. Where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. Okay, well, I guess I'm going with Natsuki because it's ended, like, up in that region. Yuri? You're really talented. Wait, that's me talking. You're really talented. Well. But Natsuki has a point. I think that... I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with a few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. I do agree with that. And Natsuki's poem did have a really good... Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah! Yeah! It did, didn't it? Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was the one... She was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look. What we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah. Ow. So, you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri? Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything that she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, Bailey. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. Nah. I was just trying to help. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Stop. Especially you, Bailey. And to be honest, It's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. Ah, so my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all. Not at all. There's still time before we go home. So, we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So, maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Bailey, what about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So, your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I'm saving just in case like it goes straight into like the poem writing, because I can't do that part yet. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Bailey! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Save again. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Bailey, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori just still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. Alright, so that's all the time that I have for Doki Doki Literature Club today. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, let me know. I know it's running a little long, but honestly I didn't realize that there was that much in between then and writing the next poem. So we'll get to the next day, I guess, the next time I record it. So if you like Doki Doki Literature Club and you want to see more, hit the like button, let me know. And then leave a comment down below telling me different things that you thought about their poems. Leave a poem of your own if you want. And if you're new to the litter, hit the subscribe button to become a part of the litter. Love you all. Bye! Be da be da be da be da be da ba do ba da.